So hey, this is a rat snake. He's a rather large rat snake. He's been in a bucket, so he's ready to get out. Calm down, calm down. He actually has an egg inside him. So what happens is, yeah, he's a little agitated right now. So we're just gonna let him.
Why does it stink?
It stinks because he musked a little bit. That's a defensive thing for them. All right, so if he'll calm down. All right, so can you see him? He may just sit here pretty nice. So lots of times these guys get mistaken, like I said in the previous post, for garter snakes or sometimes ribbon snakes because they do have these stripes on them. But this is actually just what we call the greenish phase or a yellow phase of the eastern rat snake. And if you look closely, you need to pay attention. If you look closely, you can actually see some remnants of this pattern that goes down his back, and that's called in some, like a gray phase rat snake, actually a leaf pattern. And so the rat snakes that you see in Georgia are grayer, and they'll have those spots on there. And some people actually in Georgia around there will call them oak snakes because they kind of look like they have oak leaves on the back of them. But as you can see now that he's out and looking around, he's calmed down. This is the larger rat snake, as you can see. But rat snakes are normally pretty chill. I've only been bitten by one rat snake ever, and it was a little juvenile I was catching on a porch. But if you've ever had a friend that talked about a corn snake is also just a type of rat snake. It's also known as a red rat snake. So one of the things, you can actually see where the egg is. Can you see how that bulges out right there? That's where the egg is he ate from Mr. Chris's chicken coop. I don't know if y'all can see that. But rat snakes' bodies are not all the way around. You can see their bellies are flat. So some people have described that as like a loaf shape, like a shape, the shape of a loaf of bread. He's just, rat snakes in general are not social creatures, so they just kind of want to get left alone. But you can see he's just hanging out. He's been in my friend's bucket, and then we did a transfer to my bucket at church, and he's been riding in, so hopefully he can warm up some on my hands, because I had him in the air conditioning because I didn't want him to get too hot. Now he's... Yeah, question from the audience.
What if it's another rat snake? You said they don't like to be around people.
They don't even like to be around other rat snakes. Generally, you might find them what we call bromating together underneath something if they're just hanging out. But generally, snakes don't like other snakes. Now, when there's mating season, if a male smells a female, they'll get close. Rat snakes have been known to eat other rat snakes. It's not very common, but if this rat snake was hungry, came across a small rat snake, it might just eat that rat snake. Rat snakes do feed on chicken or poultry eggs, bird eggs. They will eat small birds if they're available. So last week I relocated a rat snake from someone in the middle section, and it was on her hummingbird feeder, and it's very likely it could have taken out a hummingbird or two and eaten them. But as your name implies, their most common thing to eat are rodents like rats and mice. A very large rat snake, I don't think this guy could do it yet, could take down a squirrel, a full-grown squirrel. This guy would still need to grow some. Rat snakes can get up to around 6 feet long, 5.5, 6 feet long. Yeah, that's as tall as me. and they constrict their prey. They got tiny little teeth, and they'll grab it and roll up on it and kind of constrict their prey. So, another question from the audience.
Same person. If they were on her hummingbird, would there be a chance that it was trying to eat the food for the hummingbird?
No, it doesn't eat the liquid. It just would have smelled the hummingbird. Julia's last question, which the video went off, was about if it was trying to drink the hummingbird feeder juice, the nectar. And my answer to that was no. But it did remind me to point out that rat snakes are incredible climbers. They can climb up like the side of a brick house. So if you ever see a snake that's in a really way high up place and you think, how in the world did it get there? It's most likely a rat snake. Other snakes do climb, but rat snakes are known as climbers. So
Best climbers? A snake?
they are really good. There's pictures of them like on the side of brick houses. They just get their little dorsal muscles into those little cracks and they can climb up. Now, like right now, it's all chill. It's holding on to me. It just thinks I'm a warm tree, and it's like hanging out in the warm tree. Obviously, if I let it go, it's going to want to go. So, were you wanting to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. Your hands might get a little stinky, but you just have to wash them. Okay.
Let
Come
me
over
start the
here on
video.
camera.
Or you want me to
Cold, so
record
what
it?
do you
What?
think it's a cold tree?
Well,
Hold it at the same time?
yeah, I'm just going to let you touch him. You feel his flat body. You see how when he's going
It's
around.
a little slimy.
It's not slimy.
He just touched me with his tongue.
That's fine. He's just checking you out.
I don't want him to ruin my new swimming suit.
It's not new, Joy. It's the end of summer.
I got it at Arkansas. So it's
Okay.
basically new.
All right. Well, we're
Video?
going to let him go. They'll get. My experience with snakes is they get a little agitated and go, okay, I'm going to make a run for it. And then after you kind of calm them back down, they'll stay still for a little bit. And then if something changes, they'll try to make a run for it. What I'm doing right now is called treadmilling. So the snake is wanting to crawl, and I'm just letting it crawl on my hands, giving it another hand. What you don't want to do with the snake is just grab it and hold it still and force it to stay the same place, because
Coming.
that makes them feel like they're being captured by a predator, and no animal likes to feel like they're being captured by a predator. So, what is that? Oh, okay, all right. So you can stop the video now and